Good morning. I hope this video finds you doing well and staying safe. I wanted to make a quick video tutorial to show teachers who are not as familiar with Google Classroom the basics of how to use it. First thing, you need to be signed into your school Google account. So on the Google homepage, you'll hit sign in and sign in with your school account. From there, go to the waffle, which is your Google Apps, and choose Classroom. Once that loads, you will see any classes that you have already created. You can see I have a bunch of different classes in here. If this is your first time using this, you may get some pop-ups. You can just hit got it, and they'll eventually go away after you've used it a few times. To create a class, click the plus sign and click Create Class. Here you can name your class. You don't have to have everything else, the section, subject, etc. The only thing you really need is the class name. And then click Create. It will take a few seconds. While that's creating, you can spice it up a little bit if you want by changing the background and things like that. I'm not going to go over all of that in this particular video. I just want to hit the basics for you. So now my class is created. This is my class code. This is the code right here that I would give to students to allow them to enter my class. I have another option of inviting students through email as well. So let's start with that. That would be under People at the top. So you can click on the little person with a plus to invite students and type in email addresses that way. The other option would be to give them the class code. I think it's probably easier to give people the class code and have them join that way. The stream is the main page. This is where any announcements that you may make will show up. This is also where if you post an assignment, it will pop up in the stream and students can access it there. They can also access it via the classwork page. So let's take a look at the classwork. This is the main page that you would use to create any assignments that you're going to send out to your students. When you click the plus sign for the create, you have various options. So an assignment is where you will be able to attach a file that either is from your computer or from Google Drive, and you can send that out to your students as an assignment. The quiz assignment is where you can create a form to make a quick quiz. Question is more of a one or two question type thing that you might use for an exit ticket type thing. Material is something that you don't want the students to have to turn in. You're just posting it as material for them. And then reuse if you're going to reuse a post from other times. Topics is to arrange and organize your assignments. So for example, if you're in a self-contained classroom, you might have a topic for math, and then a topic for ELA, and then a topic for science, a topic for social studies, etc. Rather than making multiple classes, you could make just your one main class and then arrange your assignments by the topics. So to create an assignment, you click on the assignment. You have to have a title. So I'm just going to call mine assignment number 1. You can type in any instructions that you might have. Complete the math problems or whatever it might be. And then you can add or create a document for the assignment. To create a document, this is going to create a blank one of these documents. So if you want something like that for your students, you can do it that way. If you're going to add something, you could add a link from the web, you can add a YouTube video, you can add a file from your computer or laptop, or you can add a file from your Google Drive, which I currently have mine in a Google Drive right now, so I'm going to click on that. It's going to show me my most recent ones, which is probably the assignment that I wanted to do, so I'm going to choose this one. which is a Venn diagram for photosynthesis and cellular respiration. Over here, I have a choice of, do I want my students to just be able to view the file? That means they can see it, but they can't do anything with it. Clicking on the little drop-down arrow gives me more options. If I choose student can edit the file, that means every student will be able to edit my original file all at the same time. So every student is going to be working on the same document. That might be good for something that you want students to collaborate on, but if it's something that you want each individual student to do as an assignment, that's not what you want to do. Instead, you want to make a copy for each student. This way, each student's going to get their own copy of this particular file that they will be able to answer the questions on and do whatever it is you want them to do for that particular assignment. You can choose to assign this to multiple classes at one time. You could also choose, I don't have any students in here, but you can choose to assign it to only particular students. So if you're giving an assignment, different assignments for different students within the same class, you can change the point value. You can adjust the due date by choosing something on the calendar, and you can adjust the topic or create a topic. So if this was under math, I could create this under math. Google does have options for rubrics and grading things, but if you're new to this, I would suggest you just do the basics for right now. At that point, you can assign it, or you can schedule it to assign later, or if you're not sure, you can just save it as a draft. So if I want to assign it, it's going to post as an assignment now. Once it's done assigning, I can go back to the main page. And if I look at the stream, you can see that students would be notified that I posted a new assignment, and they can click on it from there and get to that assignment. When you click on it, you can see what students have turned it in. You can see the student work. You can go back to the instructions if you want. You can edit it. But you can go through and you can see how many students have done that particular assignment. Once they've done it, you can click on them. You can view their assignments. You can make comments. You can post scores on it if you want, and then you can return it back to the students. To go back to the main page for that particular class, you click on the class name. It takes you back to the main page. When you first create a class, your class will have the ability to post and share things within the stream. Depending upon your students, you may or may not want to turn that off. If you want to turn that off so that only you can post, go to the gearbox, which is your settings, and under stream, change that to only teacher can post or comment, and then click save. To go back to the main screen, you can click the 3 lines over on the left, and if you click classes, that will take you back to your home screen if you have multiple classes that you want to use. If you have any questions, please let me know. Like I said, this is a quick video tutorial on getting you started, and if you have further questions, again, please email me or let me know.